Hey everyone, Siam here, back for another macro metrics video because rising stock prices and property prices are not an indicator of economic health. So today is a bit of a weird one. So we've moved house and unfortunately we're in a bit of a dip, so we don't get 2, 3 or 4G. So I can't make any phone calls, go on the internet, etc. And also there's no broadband, even though the availability checker said we would get 30 meg download, but EE could only they could only guarantee us 0 meg upload, 0 meg download, which is a joke. So we're having a leased line put in, which is going to cost a bomb per month. So yeah, that is why I'm sat outside Burger King, because I've got 4G signal here. McDonald's is just across the road, Greg's is just there. It's going to be very healthy living here. So yeah, gonna make the video, do the edits on my laptop here, get it uploaded. So let's crack on. Right, so pretty much the same sort of doom and gloom stuff. I mean, by the way, I don't get a kick out of doom and gloom. All I want to be is your realistic voice on the internet, because everyone's going, oh, everything's great, the stock market's rallying, which is complete. Well, it is rallying, but it doesn't mean anything good. So I've got a little list of things here. So Victoria's Secret, they have filed for bankruptcy in the UK. That's affecting 800 jobs. Not good. Now, whenever I say a business is going into bankruptcy, it's not necessarily a totally bad thing. Yes, it is. Okay, of course it's bad, but it's not like everyone thinks it is. So typically when a big business goes into administration, or they file for Chapter 11 in the US, no one just loses their jobs. The pension fund of the employees doesn't just disappear. What tends to happen is that shareholders simply change. So whoever owned Victoria's Secret, they've gone, oh shit, we need to get out. And so they'll appoint some sort of fancy pants accounting firm like Deloitte, PwC, etc. to come in and sort of manage it all. And what tends to happen is that the existing shareholders bugger off and someone comes in to acquire the new business. And then when someone comes in to turn it around, they then decide what to do. So they may still cut jobs, blah, 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 but typically pension plans, all that sort of stuff is saved. So yeah, Victoria's Secret. Now in April, Virgin Australia, I've written here Virgin Oz. Virgin Australia filed for bankruptcy, and they had 3,000 jobs that lost. But just recently, Virgin Atlantic has filed for bankruptcy in the US. So that's pretty insane. And it's going to be a tough job, whoever acquires them, because touching anything tourist or travel related is like touching a gonorrhea-ridden COVID pole that's been up someone horrible. It's like you just don't want to touch it, honestly. The dust hasn't settled yet, so anyone doing any acquisitions right now I think is a bit foolish, because we are just in the middle of a suckers rally. So all we've had is an hors d'oeuvre of what's to come. So if the March low and everything that's resulted since then is the hors d'oeuvre, like the final main course and dessert is going to be an absolute cluster mess. So I've personally paused all M&A for the next 18-24 months because the dust has not settled yet, and we haven't even had interest rate rises yet. So and typically what happens is that when they try to curb runaway monetary inflation, and I guess price inflation, what the first tool that central banks always use is interest rates up, and then yeah, the property market will probably tumble after probably 6 to 12 months after base rates rally. I mean, hell, if we hit even 2.5% UK base rates, the UK is insolvent in every way that you can lift up that skirt. At the moment, the government's only showing us the angle, which doesn't look that bad, but it's still debt to GDP ratio is like still at, I don't know, 100%. It's nuts. Check out the world debt clock. So that's that. We also in the last sort of 48 hours or so, we've had W.H. Smith's, DW Sport, Hayes, Dixon's, William Hill, and Pizza Express all announced pending job cuts. So it's roughly 9,000 people that are going to lose their jobs, which is a big. I mean, that's a lot of spending money. Imagine how much money one person on an average salary spends per day, per month. times that by 9,000. I mean, and that's happening across the board. All these big boys are really suffering. And the annoying thing is that all the big boys are suffering. They're cutting jobs left, right and centre. But it's the big boys that are getting the massive payouts. They're getting multi-million pound Corona business interruption loans. They're getting, So, and unfortunately, a lot of these C-bills and BBLs, what I see happening is a lot of businesses are taking them and they're just going to fold and run with the money. So it's a bit sad, really. And also, here is the latest bollocks. This is absolute crazy. Now, I don't care what your stance is on, I hate using that word, the C word. Hopefully you all agree with me. I mean, it's a very divisive subject. It's like, you're not allowed to talk about sex, politics, 9/11, aliens. What other taboo topics are there? Money. And now that we have the C-bomb, which is, Now, I don't care what stance you are, but hopefully this next bit, we can all agree is absolutely batshit nuts. And have a look at this article. It's basically the councils are being given powers to demolish freaking buildings that have been contaminated. Just Google councils demolish contaminated buildings and you find a whole bunch of things. The Telegraph one won't let you read it for free, so unfortunately we have to struggle with the Daily Mail. Councils can bulldoze contaminated homes and crush cars as a last resort under new laws to stop second wave of coronavirus. Blah blah blah. Councils and public health officials now have the power to demolish buildings and even homes infected with coronavirus, it's emerged. And by the way, that's quite misleading. I hope coronavirus is a lot of different viruses. The common cold is a coronavirus. So hopefully they're not just labelling that to whatever, because then the government can just crush your home if they don't like you. There's coronaviruses everywhere. As a last resort for preventing the spread of disease, powers granted to local authorities, Jesus, with the permission of a magistrate, could see anything from a car to a train being destroyed. Like, as I said, why can they not just leave something for a week? Or 2 weeks, hell. I don't care if you believe in the virus or don't believe in the virus or whatever theory or belief you have in it, this is nuts. So even if you take mainstream, the latest mainstream understanding of this thing, like, a surface is only contaminated for 72 hours? There's no need to demolish a building. This is basically, as I said in many other videos, our civil liberties are being literally pickpocketed away from us, and we have no idea. We don't have a clue, and most people don't care because they think, it's not going to affect me. But it's George Orwell. Also, I found this bit interesting. So the other day on Twitter, I came across this Simon and Dolan tweet. Basically, he's saying that ministers or health officials wasted at least £150 million buying the wrong type of mask, or the mask with the wrong straps. And so I looked, and so I have to thank you to, who was it? It was Ryan Osborne. Cheers, mate. And he passed me on to this Joe Morham, QC, and this thread is absolutely fascinating. I'm not going to go through it all because it's long, but definitely find his Twitter handle and read this thread. It's utter corruption to the highest levels. It's absolutely nuts. So have a little look at that, because there's some really crooked things. Normally when the UK is crooked, it's, we don't hear about it because it's quite sophisticated. This is just like blatant cronyism, but hey ho. So unfortunately this is a bit of a doom and gloom type video. Where is the glory? Where's the fun stuff here? I guess the only silver linings, as I said, is silver and Ethereum. Literally, it's like, Ethereum is the silver to the Bitcoin gold, and it's the only positives I can see is that if you have surplus cash, if you're fortunate enough to have surplus cash, I would buy silver and I'd buy ether and have it as a 2, 3, up to a 5-year play, and you're going to be patting yourself on the back. And when you do make lovely profits, send old Siam a £5. Cool, hope that helps. See you soon.